Alright, I was recording the last video and I realized the video, it cut short. And I didn't even realize that when I uploaded it, so I guess I need to continue it so that you guys can get the rest of the story. Alright, so we were where it left off. I believe we were talking about this 2 Samuel 11:11 in the Matthew's Bible, the 1537 edition here, and you can clearly see that it says they were intense, my Lord, lie intense upon the flat earth. Now from 1537, that's what this says. And in 1611, this same Bible, as well as the King James Version, this changed, and it changed to open fields. So let's go to the Hebrew on that. 2 Samuel 11:11. I was talking about the Hebrew language. It's pretty. There's a guy on the internet right now. He's doing. He's breaking down all these words by their picture meaning. It's amazing. If you can find any of that, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool to look at. Like in the beginning, how the Bible starts out. It tells a whole story in just that. It Bereshit. It tells a whole story about in the beginning. Just oh, it's profound. It is mind blowing. Okay, so here's that scripture. The servants of my Lord in open field. Okay, in the open fields. Here we go. Here's the open fields. Now we're going to look this up in the concordance. So this open pane. Here's the Hebrew word open, pane. All right, we're going to look this up. It says panim or pane, face or faces. Okay, definition: face or faces. How they get open there is a they're trying to think about what I guess what they think it means. But God uses certain words in certain places that may go beyond our understanding. And that's why you're probably warned not to ever change what's in the Bible, but yet they had to do it so that we would be able to read it, because I can't read Hebrew. So somebody had to translate these Hebrew words, pictographs, into they translated them into Greek. From the Greek they translated them into the Latin. From the Latin it got translated into the English. That's how we were able to read it, and they're doing their best job. I don't think anybody's being deceitful here, but okay. So we've got face or faces for the term open. Okay, open, and then the fields. In the open fields, we got fields. Let's look at that. Excuse me. Should have got that all out before I started here. Alright, let's see. The fields. Sade, sade, yeah. Field or land. Okay, that seems to be translated correctly. Okay, so basically we have face land, face field, face ground. You could even probably put ground in there. But the Old English uses earth. Face, earth, and what the meaning of the face is flat, and that's where you get flat earth. So to have that definition in the Old English Bible for flat earth is kind of correct. I don't know why they decided to change it. An open field, this open field, I don't even get this part, but like I say, it's not that huge of a deal. I'm just kind of showing this to you guys to give you a little more understanding. When you go to Genesis 1:2, and the earth was formless and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep. This is that same word, pane. The face, pane. 6440, it's the same. You click on it, face, faces, face, faces. I mean, it's the same word. So it's the same word there, okay? The flat earth, okay? The flat earth, face. It's the same word. It's the same word. Yep, the face. Okay. So I just wanted to show you that. That is the same. That face is the same as this open. Okay. Open. Penne. 6440. It's the same word. Here it's pronounced open. Here it's pronounced the face. Did somebody change something for some reason way back in the 1600s? You know, there's a war going on. If you were the devil, would you try to get some of God's words changed? I'm just throwing it out there. I think you look at all the different versions of the Bible there are. Do you think some of them are right and some of them are incorrect? Do you think some of them have been purposely changed? Do we know that? I don't know. But there's a warning in the Bible to not add or take away anything from God's Word. But somebody had to do the translation. Very scary task. I would take that with high, high reverence to translate from one language into another. And to do the best you could. Well, hopefully these folks did the best they could, because they will be held accountable for it. Okay, moving on. I just have a few other things to talk about. And, I wanted to show you guys the Signet Ring. You remember when the shape of the earth, God said that he pushes it down like a seal? That seal like a signet ring. You see how that intent? Here would be the continents and everything. And then here would be the upturned edge around Antarctica, the ice wall. Now, that is a perfect image from Job of what God wanted us to know what it looked like. That's not a ball. He ain't showing us a marble. Okay, this is where we live. This is where we live. The rest of it, the dome and the waters and the shale underneath and all that, add that all together and that could come up to possibly looking like a sphere. But God wanted us to see this part. This is the part that God wanted us to know about. And to me that is, I mean, when I saw that, I was just like, oh, wow. I mean, that's it in a nutshell. I mean, you can't confuse that. I mean, folks, that's just the perfect image, the perfect description. You got the ice wall. Obviously, we don't know how far the ice wall goes or the ice goes until it hits the wall. But, yeah, I wanted to show you guys that. So yeah, I got some other pictures we can go through and just kind of scroll around here. I got a whole bunch. Some of these you've seen already. I'll kind of go over them. Just kind of go fast. Okay, so here's that ice wall we were talking about. We started looking at that on that ice wall. You can't go here and just explore around. Research the Antarctic Treaty. The Antarctic Treaty from the 50s. Admiral Byrd went to explore Antarctica, and he came back with a great report. There are lots of coal reserves and minerals. Huge. Lots of money down in Antarctica. But he went down there a second time, with a whole bunch of people, and they went exploring around. And I think they found something, because shortly after that, Admiral Byrd died, and the Antarctic Treaty was signed, and nobody was allowed to go down there and start exploring around. Okay, it's kind of odd, but what did they find? Now, you and I, we can't go down to Antarctica. You can take a $10,000, $15,000 exploration down there, and you can go and see some penguins on the coast in some certain areas, and they might even take you to their station that they have set up there, where the official South Pole is, that supposedly keeps moving around because of magnetic issues. But you just can't, like this boat. You see this boat and this equipment and these trucks, and this probably got a landing pad. They probably got a helicopter. You and I can't do that. The military will turn you away. You just can't go down and explore and start taking this and start going to find that wall. Number one, you don't know how far it is, but obviously you just can't do that. You'd have to file so many. If you look at the Antarctic Treaty and the forms that it takes to actually go down there and explore and set up even a science station, you got to tell your reasons, what you're going down there for. I mean, if you just write out, oh, we're going down there to find the wall, the dome, okay, the firmament, the edge. We want to find the edge. Permit denied. You're not going to get approved, and then it's got to get approved by multiple countries, because there are over 50 countries that are involved in this treaty. If you were a billionaire and you went down there with something like this, the military is going to turn you around and try to get the permits. And the permits, oh, they're thousands and thousands of dollars. And then if it gets denied, you're still out your thousands and thousands of dollars. So who's gonna go down to Antarctica and go looking for this dome? You read the Antarctic Treaty. Read what's in it. There's an actual YouTube video on it. If you look it up, the Antarctic Treaty. I forgot who put that out. That's a good video to watch. Another one of those ones that I found when I was doing my research. And because I wanted to know about this stuff. I wanted to see this for myself. Just take my word. I mean, look this stuff up. You can't go to Antarctica. That should raise a huge red flag. Huge red flag. I mean, my goodness. Why is Antarctica the most guarded place on Earth? I guess because if people were allowed to go there freely, they would discover that we live on a flat Earth, and then the powers that be would lose control of their minds. I think this is some Mark Sargent humor. Yeah, he's got his little Mark Sargent tag down here on this video. That was that article from there. That's the blue ice. Now like I say, this is obviously, excuse me, this is purported to be frozen stuff falling off of planes. Okay, frozen blue water from toilets falling off of planes. And if you believe that, well, okay. But interesting. I guess it's falling all over in different parts of the world. So if there's that many planes leaking this kind of stuff, I'm just going to throw it out there. I want to do more research on this blue ice. That's kind of where I'm going next. So anything I see with blue ice, I'm going to dive into it. Alright, yeah, the famous blue marble shot was created in Photoshop. Just this part of, you can look at all the doubles. I mean, you can just, there's even more here that isn't even circled. I found some more. You can just look at, this part right here with these two, like, squares in it. There's the two squares. I mean, come on, this is doubled, this is doubled. I mean, there's just so much. There's just so much. So yeah, they Photoshopped this, and the reason they're Photoshopping it is because they can't get that high. They can't go that high. They can't go that high into the sky. So they can get up so far and they can take pictures, and then they got to stitch together the pictures. Well, the pictures kind of don't line up as a sphere. The pictures line up as a flat map. and then they kind of got to shape it and mold it together, and then they have to do this stitching. It's the only thing that they can do. And you got to ask yourself why. I mean, this was supposedly taken from the moon. From the moon. Oh, and there's a big story about that too. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Different. We're not the only ones that God. The Word of God is. The Navajos believed it. The Mayans believed in this. Okay, with the stars and the sun and the moon inside the firmament. The Incas. Okay. There's a depiction of the Masons. Okay, they've got it. Okay. Somebody's version there. That's a pretty good one. I think they took a Gleason's map, put it on this table, put a dome over it. That's pretty cool. Then they can start using maybe some sunlight, get some sunlight going in there and see how it reflects. Kind of like that. Yep. Look at that photo, look at that footstool. God's footstool. I mean, there it is. What depicts a footstool? Is it a globe? Not at all. Why would God even use that as an example? Why wouldn't he just say a ball? Why wouldn't he say a ball? Even this, like I say, if you kind of figure this, like I say, we're not certain what's out here. This isn't outer space. God says it's nothing. And if there's nothing, I gotta believe him. There's nothing, and nothing is not just open space, because open space is something. Open space is area. Open space has time and space within it. God exists outside of time and space. It gets back to the question I was talking to somebody about God creating everything, and then they were talking to their kid about it, and they came back and they said, well, who created God? I mean, it just where'd God come from? But see, God always has been, because he wasn't created. He exists outside of time and space. So we can't wrap our heads around that, because everything we think about involves, well, this happened first, then this happened, then this happened, then this happened. There's a timeline. We can only think along the lines of a timeline. We can't just jump around infinitely like God can from any time and anywhere. We can't even conceive it. It's just not in our realm. Yeah, this is showing the four corners, a different depiction. These are good 1890s. 1890s. Yep. Another one. Okay. It says, not once in over 20 years of Hubble's history has it turned around and taken a single picture of Earth or the moon. Can you figure out why? This is their depiction of this Hubble telescope, an official NASA photo. Okay? Not once has that thing ever turned around and taken a shot of the Earth. Why? Because it can't. It's not up there. Some people believe that they've got this this camera inside of a plane that can open up a window while it's flying high in the atmosphere, and it shoots pictures from in the plane. Probably when it's very calm. They probably have to shoot thousands of pictures just to get a few that are focused in on what they're trying to zoom in on. Half of Hubble's pictures, some of them are just glorified CGI. There's a good shot of the ice wall with the moon coming up in the background. Alright, jet streams. You ever seen the jet streams go around the Earth, how they come across the United States and they dip down from Canada and they doing all this stuff? On a flat Earth, this is what the jet streams look like. This is what they look like on a flat Earth map. Does that look? Does that look? Oops. Hopefully we're still recording. Does that look like it's more, I don't know, normal than this? You ever see the NASA flight paths of the space station or whatever? The flight paths are going like this across the continents. It's like, are you kidding me? They are. That's what they're doing. No, on a flat Earth, perfect. Perfect flight paths, perfect jet streams. Makes sense. Makes sense. Supposedly, this is a shot of NASA shooting a rover on Mars. And someone found the hill in Greenland. Don't know the truth or if this is an official, but I just thought it kind of neat. Look at that already. Again, we've got NASA image 2002, official. This is official NASA image. NASA image 2012, 10 years later, official NASA image. I mean, really? Is this all brown? I mean, it's the size. I mean, just look. Oh, I don't have the photo with me right now, but there's one photo, official photo from NASA in the clouds that actually says sex. It actually says sex right in the clouds. It's like they're mocking. It's like they're mocking us. Sex right in the clouds. I kid you not. You can look that one up. Oh, this is kind of cool. This is an official NASA footage. Flying over, we got Egypt, Cairo. Okay, here would be Israel over here. Okay, official NASA photo, right? Look at the downtown Cairo and all the lights. Okay, right. Check this out. This is the area where rice is concentrated. They grow rice. This is all the rice. There's Cairo. Just a little bit out of Cairo is where these rice paddies all start. Okay, it says areas in light blue represent where rice is concentrated. Areas in green are depicted by satellite as having vegetation. Note the large green vegetation signal can also be seen faintly underneath the blue transparency layer in the Nile Delta. So it's kind of overlapping the green and the blue here together is what they're saying. Okay, so this green area, high vegetation down the Nile River. Okay, which makes sense. Okay, and you get to NASA's photo. Alright, I think I probably got, yeah, here it is side by side. So NASA shows city lights in the Nile Delta. All of this is the Nile Delta, going even way out to here. But the rice starts even in here. That's all vegetation down here. All vegetation. I don't know. What are we going to believe? I guess we got to get some 35,000 foot shots to compare this. Anybody flying over Egypt, send us a shot. Send us a shot at night so we can see what this really looks like. I'm sure they're out there. Alright. Oh yeah, this one. This is an image of NASA's Vanguard 1. I got a couple questions. This looks like is that the Arabian Peninsula with Saudi Arabia, Yemen and Oman here? Okay. Alright, let's look at how does that look to scale. This satellite, what in the world is taking the picture of this satellite? That's a really good picture. Again, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Oman. Yemen, Oman. Um, yeah. So look at that. Do you believe this picture, or do you think this is a cropped CGI image? I'm gonna, I'm gonna say I don't think this is real. Don't think it's real at all. So now this one I wanted to tell you guys. What did the first man to reach the stratosphere have to say about the Earth's shape? He said it seemed a flat disk with an upturned edge. His name was Auguste Piccard. And you Star Trek fans, this is the guy his character was named after. Very interesting. He went up in a balloon in this kind of a sealed metal, I don't know if you'd call it a bathyscaphe, but he sealed himself in there, and he went up in a balloon, and I don't know, he probably should have died, but he made it. But he got up really high, and that's what he seemed. It seemed like a flat disc with an upturned edge. That's what he saw in 1931. NASA official photo of Pluto. Are you kidding me? Okay, Disney, NASA. Disney was a Freemason. If you look at the Disney logo, Disney signature, see if you can find 3 6s in his signature. Just saying. It's kind of odd. Yeah, this is an official photo of Pluto. Yep. Are they mocking us? Are they? What do you guys think? We've covered this